Hello, and welcome back to In Review. Today we're going to be talking about AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming, so let's get into it. Kicking off the show then is a tag team match to crown the first ever women's tag team champions in AEW. Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron versus Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. The crowd seemed pretty hyped for this match, chanting for both teams evenly, but a pretty solid match. Willow and Harley ended up picking up the win to a huge pop after pinning Mina. Very happy with the winners here, both women deserve to have some gold. A show of respect from Toni and Mina after Renee interviewed the Babes of Wrath after the title victory. Pretty decent match, I'm giving it 3.25 stars. Then we got a nice little promo from Samoa Joe with the rest of the Ops backstage. Then a promo from Moxley with the Death Riders, which actually made Daniel Garcia break character. You could see him laughing on the steps behind Mox. Then Garcia cut a little promo himself on Briscoe. Then we get into Okada versus Jack Perry, who's replacing Darby Allin in the Continental Classic and the Gold League after his injury. Nearing the end of the match, both men ended up biting each other, and Jack Perry biting Okada below the belt when Okada tried to hit the Tombstone Piledriver on him, which was certainly a spot. Okada hits the Rainmaker, but still in wrist control, and Perry breaks free, but not for long as Okada hits another Rainmaker, earning himself another 3 points in the Continental Classic. Pretty good match, I give this 3.5 stars. Don Callis and his family come to the ring, and Callis tries to convince Jack Perry to join them with the bag of money. Perry declines as the Don Callis family beat him down. Luchasaurus and the Young Bucks come to the rescue. The Bucks hit the BTE trigger on Okada as Takeshita takes a bullet to protect Don Callis from a superkick. Then we hear from Eddie Kingston before his match with Samoa Joe for the world title tonight and says he's going to give Joe the fight of his life. TNT champion Mark Briscoe comes to the ring as Tony Schiavone asks him about his match with Daniel Garcia for the title on Collision next week in Cardiff. Garcia, Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir make their way to the ring and have a heated promo battle. Garcia then having to be held back by Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. Backstage, I could barely work out what was even happening here, but there was a brawl involving the Sisters of Sin and then Chris Statlander coming to the rescue. Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata make their way to the ring, followed by Hangman and Swerve, who enter through the crowd ready for their match. The Ops Dojo run in the crowd after Hangman and Swerve stapling one of them repeatedly. Then we get a split screen of both teams fighting in the crowd. Hangman throwing a tree at Hobbs, then putting him through a table, and then down in a can of beer. Swerve and Hangman with a double powerbomb to Hobbs, putting him through his second table of the night. Then a buckshot and a house call combo on Shibata to pick up the win in a pretty good match. This match I'm going to give 3.75 stars to. I quite enjoyed it. Don Callis makes a challenge to the Young Bucks for Dynamite next week in Manchester. 3 members of the Don Callis family versus the Young Bucks and a partner of their choosing for $1 million. Stoke breaks some news to us for another match in Manchester as FTR will defend the tag titles against Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. Next up then is Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kel Fletcher, a match I was pretty excited for, but did it deliver? Yes. You have body slams on the barricade, poison ranas on the outside, the speedball knees on the apron. This is awesome chance. The match was crazy. Fletcher somehow managing to kick out of the Ultimate Weapon. Speedball going for an Ultimate Weapon on the outside, but then Fletcher hitting a powerbomb on the apron. Then that running boot in the corner in the ring. Then a brainbuster, but Speedball still managing to kick out of that. Then with just 1 minute remaining, Speedball with the roll up on Fletcher to grab the win in an insanely good matchup. Very close to being a 5-star match, but I give this 4.75 stars. So good. Backstage with Renee, Hangman makes it known that he is coming for the AEW World Championship at World's End. The Bucks accept the challenge made from Don Callis earlier on in the show, and they ask Luchasaurus if he will tag with them. He shakes his head no and points to the locker room door of Kenny Omega. Omega says he'll do it for free even without the money involved. Then it's main event time. Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World title. Hulk literally getting ejected from ringside near instantly. The match was kind of what I expected it to be, not too long, and Samoa Joe ended up winning the match with a coquina clutch. But still not a bad match, I gave it 3.25 stars. I don't know, people may have expected better, but I kind of expected it to be a little bit of a letdown. So also during this match they announced Takeshita versus Claudio Castagnoli will take place in Cardiff, which I'm super excited for. And also in Manchester I'll get to see Okada and Omega in the same ring in a trios match, so I can't wait for that as well. Overall then, this show was very good. A great moment for Willow and Harley Cameron winning the tag titles. An insane match between Speedball and Fletcher. Just a very good show overall, and I'm going to give it 4 stars. So that's going to wrap up this in review of Dynamite. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.